At 2:15 a.m. on the Dnipro River, a Russian staff officer is having the time of his life. He and his comrades truly believe their 5-mile convoy, a metal snake of over 300 vehicles carrying ammo for 10,000 troops, is invincible. This is Moscow's bargaining chip for the Washington peace talks. A show of force to bully a deal out of Zelensky and Trump. On paper, the convoy is a fortress on wheels, bristling with mobile Panzer S-1 air defense systems, forming a narrow protective bubble. High above, their Nebo-M radar sweeps the sky, a multi-million-dollar system said to track a baseball from 200 meters. They feel untouchable. They are fatally wrong. While those costly radars scan the heavens, they are blind to what's under their noses. Clamped to the bridge's cold steel girders, a swarm of drones sleeps. Hidden as rusted maintenance gear, they are Kajak Reboth FPV drones, small and easily overlooked. They cost about $600 each. For the last 72 hours, they have waited. The Russians assumed any drone attack would come from the sky and be radio-guided, something they could jam. But these drones operate with terrifying autonomy, waiting for one heavily encrypted data packet, a digital wake-up call. When that signal arrives, onboard AI takes over. They need no GPS and no pilot. They navigate using the bridge's own structure as a map, becoming guided torpedoes. The stakes are blunt. If the convoy crosses, 10,000 Russian troops get resupplied and Moscow gains leverage in negotiations. If it fails, Russia's southern front runs out of ammo in 72 hours and diplomatic leverage vanishes. The final piece of the trap snaps into place, as Ukrainian AI predicted. The convoy slows mid-span. The cause is not tactical but mechanical, cheap Russian tires failing after the long haul, producing a bottleneck in the kill zone. Miles away in a hidden command post, a Ukrainian operator watches the convoy crawl. The target is perfect. He breathes and presses a single key. A millisecond-long data packet shoots through the air. Under the bridge, 12 dull green indicator lights blink on the trap is set, the bait taken, the ghost's about to wake. At 0:30 a.m., 12 electromagnetic clamps disengage simultaneously. The Kajak drones drop for 1 second before brushless motors spin up, stabilizing them 3 feet above the river. The high-frequency whine of propellers is masked by the low rumble of the 80,000-ton convoy overhead. On the bridge, the lead battalion radio operator gives his scheduled report. Checkpoint Charlie reached. Convoy 50% across. All systems nominal. No threats detected. Below, the 12 drones have formed 3 pre-programmed attack cells, hugging the water and using the bridge's concrete pylons as cover from scans. Their flight path is not a straight line. Onboard AI uses LiDAR to map the bridge's understructure in real time, making hundreds of micro-adjustments per second through the maze of girders and supports. Targeting protocols lock in. Cell 1-6 drones will strike ammunition trucks clustered at the convoy's center. Cell 2-4 drones will hit the unarmored fuel tankers. Cell 3-2 drones will strike command and control vehicles. The operation is in its most critical phase. Technology performs flawlessly. The plan unfolds. And the mission now depends on a single, unpredictable variable: the human element. All it would take is one bored Russian soldier on a 4-hour watch to glance over the side at the wrong moment. At 3 hours, 47 minutes, and 15 seconds a.m., the drones are 900 yards from their ascent points. The plan seems flawless, execution nearly perfect. They remain invisible to the massive Nebo-M radar sweeping the sky miles above. But in a cramped Panzer S-1 command truck, a junior lieutenant notices something odd, not a solid contact but electronic noise, a flicker of static you ignore 99 times out of 100. Trusting his gut over his captain's boredom, he makes a decision that will change everything. He overrides passive sensors and switches the targeting radar to active pulse, flooding the area below the bridge with a focused beam. For a split second, his screen lights up like a Christmas tree. He gets a perfect target lock. He asks no permission, waits for no confirmation. He squeezes the trigger. A 50-76 missile, a $150,000 piece of hardware, screams off its rails. 30 feet below the bridge, it slams into a $50 Ukrainian decoy silently activated moments before, vaporizing it in a spectacular but useless explosion. That useless blast does one crucial thing. It sounds the alarm. Suddenly, the convoy's radio crackles. Contact, contact, explosion! Under the bridge, red lights flash on consoles. Truck drivers slam brakes, turning an orderly column into a chaotic traffic jam in the kill zone. Bored soldiers are now wide awake and terrified. The element of surprise is gone. The ghosts are no longer ghosts. The Ukrainians drew first blood, but in doing so woke a very angry, confused bear. How do you attack a target that now knows you're coming? At 3 hours, 47 minutes and 50 seconds AM, the lieutenant is a hero for about 3 seconds on the Panzer's screen. Then the single clean contact vanishes. His screen becomes a chaotic mess of ghost signals and reflections from the bridge's rebar in turbulent water. He tries for a second lock but chases a phantom. This isn't a panicking human pilot, it's an AI executing its counter protocol with digital precision. The 11 remaining drones instantly change flight profile, executing a beam maneuver and flying at a perfect 90 degrees angle to the Panzer's radar dish. To see why this works, think of a police radar gun. It measures speed toward or away from it. Moving perfectly sideways makes perceived speed nearly zero. If you could drive perfectly sideways past that cop, your speed relative to his gun is almost zero. To the Panzer's computer, built to filter out stationary clutter, the drones vanish into the bridge's structural noise. But the Ukrainians don't just hide, they aim to blind the radar. The drone nearest the Panzer activates its onboard jammer, unleashing a burst of X-band noise. Instantly, the lieutenant's screen turns to blinding static like a flashbang in digital form. At that moment, Ukrainian AI turns near disaster into sheer brilliance. The system had calculated a 97% chance the missile strike would stall the convoy due to poor Russian tires. While the enemy is blind and panicked, the drones don't attack, they slip under the bridge, regaining stealth and waiting for the perfect strike moment. They've survived the first counterpunch and proven superior intelligence. Yet they've revealed their hand. These aren't toys, but phantom predators. A humiliated Russian officer, cornered and furious, is about to make a desperate move. At 3 hours 48 minutes and 30 seconds AM, 70 miles away and 30,000 feet high, another beast awakens the Beriev A-50, Russia's eye in the sky. If the Panzer is a guard with a flashlight, the A-50 is the control room chief who just flipped on the stadium lights. Its powerful Schmel-M radar ignores clutter and beam tricks. It sees everything. Tiny drone heat traces shine like flares on cold concrete. The game changes. Inside the Panzer, the lieutenant's screen clears, his static vanishes in a flash. A new symbol appears, a flawless top-down targeting feed from the A-50. The Phantom is back in sight. Worse, the same data links to an S-400 battery 50 miles away. Their computers don't hesitate. They have a verified track and act instantly. The ultimate danger unfolds. A launch alert blinks on the Ukrainian screen. A missile made to kill supersonic jets now hunts $600 drones. Their AI faces a problem never designed for stealth, gone, jamming useless against a 50 radar. A hypersonic missile races closer. The mission's fate hangs on an AI trapped in checkmate. At 3 hours 49 minutes and 2 seconds AM, the S-400 countdown hits 5 seconds. Mach 1-2 speed closes in. Russian operators already celebrate a confirmed kill. The drone's AI doesn't flee. It triggers Protocol Omega-7, the worst-case plan. A hatch opens. A 100-foot fiber optic line unspools in a flash. At its tip dangles the ALE-50 tow decoy, a clever device the size of a beer can. The ALE-50 isn't a simple flare. It copies the S-400's radar energy, sending back an amplified echo 100 times brighter than the drone. To the missile, it's the juiciest target in the sky, too tempting to ignore. To the incoming missile, it's like being told to tackle the smallest man but spotting a 300-pound linebacker yelling, "I'm open." The seeker instantly switches course, chasing the electronic bait with violent precision. 3 seconds later, a $3 million missile explodes harmlessly over the Dnipro River, destroying a decoy cheaper than a used car. The A-50's crew watches in disbelief, their ultimate weapon just fooled by a fishing line and radio. That failed explosion becomes a beacon, signaling every Russian air defense unit within 50 miles to look up. As they watch the fading fireball, at 3 hours 49 minutes and 15 seconds AM, the Ukrainian command issues one silent packet: execute. 11 drones rocket upward from under the bridge at full thrust. No stealth, no silence, just pure speed. They don't aim for trucks, but for the concrete beneath, striking with precision under each designated target. Immune to jamming, their guidance locks to exact coordinates. The first drone smashes into the main beam under the lead ammo truck, piercing 2 feet of reinforced concrete. The rest follow in flawless, synchronized impact. In just 1.3 seconds, the coordinated assault completes. Each warhead delays detonation by 1.1 seconds. The drones aren't the main weapons, but the triggers. The goal isn't a hole, it's something far more catastrophic. The explosions create a pressure chamber beneath the bridge. The trapped shockwave reflects between water and concrete, amplifying to 5,000 pounds per square inches, pure destructive force sealed inside a deadly box of air and steel. The amplified blast shatters the bridge. Support columns meant for vertical weight crumble under horizontal force. Steel bars snap like twigs. Yet the collapse is only the prelude to what comes next. The unsupported roadway breaks and tilts, dropping the first ammo truck into the blast. Its TNT load ignites a chain reaction ripping through the convoy. In seconds, 1.1 million pounds of Russian munitions explode. The river below becomes a half-mile inferno of metal and fire. The convoy's core is gone. Survivors are stranded. On maps, the blow is worse. The entire southern Russian command is decapitated in an instant. 10,000 troops now stranded, their supply lifeline severed. With less than 72 hours of fuel and ammo left, Moscow's grand bargaining chip for Washington is gone. $10,000 of drones erased a war plan. In modern war, victory isn't about steel. It belongs to those who turn an enemy's power into weakness. Ukraine proved it brains over bulk. What kind of clever low-cost trap would you build to outsmart a giant?